question asked today has to do with recommended seasonal mental resets. The coach asks how many per year, how long from a training perspective, and what are the signs and symptoms that an athlete needs to reset? The maybe disappointing answer to that first question, how many per year and how long from a training perspective, is it depends. Uh, just because one person performs really, really effectively having one long break in a year, maybe over a holiday season or an inclement period where training is just not very effective, doesn't guarantee that that's going to transfer to anybody else. So engaging in that iterative process of working with your clients to find like when my clients take breaks of this duration seem to be beneficial, whereas breaks of this duration seem to not. Um, that'll help you narrow in the answer to how long for that person from a training perspective. As far as how many go, again, through trial and error, through empirical process, you're going to see clients where they go on an extended training block or an extended competition block and they do just fine and a little bit of rest and they're feeling great. And you're going to find other clients where an extended training or extended competition block without rest is like crash and burn season. They're not going to make it through either the training or competition or both. And so, uh, salting in rests here and there is the more effective thing for that athlete. So, how many, how long? It depends with each athlete. Try different things out, take advantage of schedule disruption to see how that affects them from a rest perspective, and explore it. Okay. Signs and symptoms that an athlete may need a reset. The biggest ones are very similar to signs and symptoms of like needing rest on a day-to-day basis. Signs of fatigue. A lot of times when we are particularly fatigued, physically or mentally, we have a tendency to get into repetitive patterns. Those where we're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and stuff isn't changing. Um, we're not, we've moved from this like process and evolution and escalation of training to like just same number of reps, same power levels, same route. Okay, some repetition, very very useful when it comes to training, but when you start to notice that it's more repetitive, less varied, and there's not really an effective results coming from it, that's probably an indicator that uh, that a reset is needed. Similarly, verbal behavior. If you have your clients journaling or if you have a regular call with them or something, and you're seeing that the words coming out of their mouth or the conversational patterns that you're having with them suddenly become very constrained as far as like what they're saying it, how they're responding, like you're running around on a racetrack, that might be a strong indicator that it's time to like take a break, introduce some variability, get some rest of some sort, and see if on the back end you get a wider range. Ultimately, when it comes to training and practice and rest, some degree of variation is really, really beneficial for athletes. And when we get particularly fatigued, mentally or physically, we auto restrict our variation. We start to fall back into the patterns that have been beneficial for us in the past, and we start to work that same worn rut. And so that move from variation to repetition can usually be an indicator that rest will be really, really beneficial at that point.
Editing Pat here. Currently getting the full court press for a doggy dinner, so I'll make this quick. First of all, thanks for watching. I hope this video was useful, and I hope this series is useful. I'd like to ask you to share any questions that you have if you're a coach or an athlete, whether you want to post them in the comments or email me directly at patrick@coachpatricksmith.com. That'd be great. If I decide to use one of your questions, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you an hour consultation with me for free. So post your questions, the best ones that I use for videos, their authors will get an hour's consultation with me. Yeah, thank you again, and here's a couple of videos that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy.